Good afternoon, everybody. This is Chris Prince with Keller Williams coming to you live with another video blog, this time on March 7th, 2017. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a common question I get from my buyers and sometimes even my sellers that are looking and researching homes online. And that is, what do all these statuses mean? I see some that say pending, some that say OP, some that say active, sold. What does this all mean? Can we still look at these houses? It can be a bit confusing sometimes. So I'm going to break it down and I'm going to kind of explain it from a green to red light perspective. So let's go ahead and get started. The first and most obvious is active, which we'll call green. And that means that the home is active, it's on the market, it's for sale, and it doesn't have a contract on it. There could be a contract that's being negotiated, but it's not yet executed. So that means it's a go. Let's go take a look at it. We can write offers, etc. The next one is OP, which stands for option pending. And what this one means is that there has been a contract negotiated and signed, and they're in what's called the option period, which is typically a 7 to 10 day period from which the buyer pays the seller a consideration of somewhere around $10 to $20 per day. So let's call it about $150 to $200. And during this period, they can get out of the contract for any reason they deem necessary. So most typically the buyers will use this time period to do their due diligence. So they'll do inspections. They might do a typical house inspection. They may have someone look at the foundation, the roof, the mechanicals, also termites and pests. If there's a pool, they'll do a pool inspection. And if it's a home that they're considering remodeling, they might have their contractor come out and get some quotes together and get a total price just to make sure that it's what they were thinking it was and they can still afford it and it's still a good deal. So the next question is, well, should we bother looking at this house? The answer is a little bit complicated. I would say at this point at option pending, there's probably somewhere around an 80% chance that the deal will go through and there really won't be a chance for you to do anything on it. With that being said, if this is a special and unique home, if you're having problems finding something else, if it's really something that you're interested in, I would say go ahead and take a look at it. If it's something that you really like, you can write what's called a backup offer. And what that simply means is that you've negotiated with the seller, you've agreed on terms and price, and that if for some reason this first deal falls through, yours is up next. And so that's a good way to do it. So it is worth looking at. Just proceed with caution and try not to get too emotionally invested in it. So we'll call that a yellow light. The next one is PS, or pending continuing to show. And we'll call this is like the really dark yellow, like you should consider maybe stopping, but you're going to go through it anyway. And what this means is that the contract is past the option period. So the buyer has done their due diligence. Everything is checked out. The home is safe and sound, and they're moving forward with the deal. So at this point, the only thing that would typically kill the deal is if the buyer's financing didn't go through. And another way, and I've actually seen this, would be if for some reason the buyer gets transferred, if they get laid off. Let's hope not, but I have seen it happen. It does happen. So I would say the odds on this are maybe closer to about the 10%. So you can look at it, and like I said, if this house is something that you really must have, definitely take a look at it. What's the worst that could happen? Just don't get too emotionally invested in it. Maybe you just have your realtor follow it, or you follow it online, and if the status changes on it for any reason, call your realtor and go ahead and take a look at it and be the first in there, ready to go if it comes back on the market. The other one that's a variety of pending continuing to show is just pending, and this is like the orange light, like it's about to turn red. You should probably stop. What pending means is that it's gone a step further than pending continuing to show, and that they're confident enough to not even allow showings. So when you see one that's pending, that means that it's probably got a clear to close. Maybe it's a cash deal. It's probably in that 90 to 95% chance going to close. Nothing is 100% in this business until it actually is closed. So there's always a small chance. So you can't really go see it because they're not taking showings anymore. So the best you can do is watch it or have your realtor watch it and see if the status changes. And the next and last step is the complete red light, and that's sold. Obviously, you can't see a house that's sold unless you know the person because it's no longer for sale. However, there is good data to come out of a sold listing. So your realtor, this guy, will be able to tell you how much it sold for, if there was any contributions to closing costs, any monies that were given for repairs, what the price was per square foot, how long it actually took to sold. That way, when you do go find that house that you love that's available and you're ready to write a contract, you have some hard data that you can actually base it on. And that's always good to make sure that you don't overpay. So that's about it. I hope that clears it up. So again, you have active, you have option pending, pending continuing to show, pending, and sold. If you have any other questions or comments, you can contact me through my website at cprince.kw.com. You can email me at chris@theprinceteam.net, or you can always give me a call, 832-993-2796. And the next video blog, I'm going to be covering the intricacies of the option period as well as the earnest money. Where does it go? How much it is? How long does it take? Etc. So we'll look forward to talking to you then. Have a good afternoon. Bye.